So today we have a portal that's letting a whole lot of enemies through, and so we need to defend our castle. Thankfully we have a fire mage here whose name is Sparky. Very fitting name, although his priorities aren't really the best. He's just going for random enemies, so we need to step up and also help him defend by just swiping across the enemies like we do, which is helping, and as he fights, he gains experience, so we can level him up. Now, he is magic-based, so I think reducing his skill MP cost is gonna be very good right now. So that should mean he can cast quicker, and sure enough, he can. Although, it's not exactly quicker, but he's also not depleting his mana as quick, and he's still doing more damage than we are. And as the wave completes, we do get a reward. Let's give him some more XP, which boosts him to the next level. And now we can give him some fun skills like this ricochet here. Projectiles can bounce off and ricochet towards nearby enemies, which does conflict with piercing, but he doesn't really have that right now. So as he shoots a fireball towards one enemy, it'll ricochet to the next one, right as they come out of the portal too. Love me some spawn camping. Although it would be great if you could, target some of the guys right in the middle. There you go. What I'm hoping for is he can just become very self-sustaining and not needing to rely on me. But let's level him up again, and we can give him a little bit of explosion too on the first hit. That should help things out, even though the enemies are going down quick enough that the explosion really doesn't help anything. Now, something else we're gonna need to get is a little bit of paper. That'll help us with some research. Which, speaking of that, we can take a little bit of a pause from the battle and upgrade our town here. Now, if there are less enemies on the screen, then Sparky is able to prioritize a little bit better just because it's like there's not very many enemies. And finally, he hits the guy right in front. It's about time he did that, but let's also just go ahead and get some of these other enemies that are out of his range out of the way. It would also be nice if Icy over here was helping, but we don't get that quite yet. Instead, let's pick up some more gold because we need that for the town. And upgrade Sparky again. For perfect control, projectiles can be guided to follow the target, which also conflicts with piercing, but that's fine. So instead of Sparky potentially missing from big ranges, the fireball is curving ever so slightly towards the enemy as it walks. So that's really helping guarantee the hit. But there is quite a few of them, so we still have to do our swiping maneuvers to help out Sparky there. And let's just give Sparky a little bit more XP. Hopefully get 2 levels this time. Inflict heated on hit. This sounds like a good time. It's not really good right now because the enemies go down in 1 hit, but it'll be good later because we have a lot of waves to get through. And there's a Slime King there, so this is extra good for heated, even though I'm not entirely sure what heated does, but it's still nice. And maybe a level up mid-combat. More projectiles, but less skill power. Since Sparky's all by himself, I think more projectiles is gonna be good. So now he can control the crowd a lot better. But it's time for us to take out the Slime King because he's currently damaging the wall. Even though he doesn't do too much damage, we don't want that to build up. Just get him out of here, and both projectiles are going towards him. Very nice. And that gave us some of the paper that we were talking about. But let's take this opportunity to get a new hero, which, gee, the illusion of choice, ladies and gentlemen. But we can get Icy that uses Ice Bolt. So your ability hits them and then splits. Ooh, and it splits again? So you're gonna be the one that's good for piercing, and now they're both self-sustaining. Somehow I did 2 damage there. But let's give all the heroes a lot of XP, because that'll get Icy up to par. Better split power for sure. Split power again. How about reducing MP cost? I think that'll be good. We don't want our mages to be out of mana, and we are seeing some new enemies go through. Not even sure what you are. Well, it doesn't really matter because you're dead, but what even are you? But both of our heroes are very good at holding off the horde all by themselves. And more XP. For Icy, Sparky's level 9 now, and we can inflict level 2 heated on hit. And now Icy here, projectiles will be aimed towards the enemies, always good. And it looks like Icy's projectiles are a lot faster than Sparky's. Nothing wrong with that. Although it looks like Icy could use a little bit more skill power because some of the enemies are surviving 1 hit. Especially from Icy. Attacks may freeze enemies for a second. But there's a skill power, so we'll get that first because I keep complaining about it. Now we are at wave 10, which does mean that there's another boss showing up, which is great. But let's get more power to Icy. So now Icy's able to one-shot at least the little guys, and now both of them together should be able to take out the boss before he reaches the wall. Sure enough, that's the case. And that was Icy that did the kill. Very nice. And I feel like we are gonna need to stack up quite a bit of paper, so let's get some of that. Now we got some more enemies coming through. They're just kind of floaty. Sparky is still leveling up at a really good pace. More projectiles, and this is the maximum. So the skill power is reduced quite a bit, but there are still all of those upgrades that we could get for Sparky, so might as well get more projectiles. So Sparky's shooting 3 fireballs at a time. It's like a fireball magic missile. But let's go ahead and get more gold because we need 300 to upgrade the town hall. And we're almost there. And of course we fall 1 coin short, but there we have enough. So let's do that right away. Upgrade the town hall right there. So the wall gets more HP and heroes gain extra XP when an enemy dies. Very good. And it lets us get access to the workshop, which also needs 300 coins. But there also is a glowy pool here that we can tap. Why are you tapping here? Think it's a wish pool? Why do people always throw dice into the pool? Is this dice? Still tapping? Okay, here's the reward. So we got some gems out of that. It's a very small amount of gems though, not really worth our time. Although it looks like Sparky now isn't capable of one-shotting, but Icy is. So Sparky's really gonna need those power boosts now. That was a lot of ricocheting though. And now because Sparky isn't the one doing the killing, Icy's able to get a lot more XP. Ooh, hello. Critical beginner. More crit chance and power. I do like this. And now Icy's doing more damage than Sparky. That is amazing. More gold. We don't really need to worry about healing the wall anytime soon because the healing upgrades are 20% and we're missing like what, 5? If that? Ooh, and now Icy can get more projectiles. You know what? That's always a good thing. And it seems like Icy's able to one-shot some enemies, but not others. So they really complement each other. Now, it does say that we're halfway through, but I feel like it's not just gonna stop at wave 30. I played enough of these kind of games to understand how progression goes. But there's another Slime King down. More gold. And you, whoa, hello, zipped projectile. So there's 40% less projectiles, but skill power is doubled. Conflict to tiny projectile and fat projectile. Why don't we wait on this? There we go, a little bit more gold, and now we can upgrade the workshop. So the wall damage taken is reduced, the hero HP goes up a little bit, and the reload speed goes up for the heroes. Very nice, and now we have access to all the rest of the buildings to upgrade. And the library is where we can do research, where we use the paper. So it's just a constant quest for gold at this point. We're in this for profit now. At least the good news is the gold rewards we get go up every wave. So we're a lot closer to unlocking another building than we realized. Or at least sooner than I realized. I'm sure you commenters see everything. You sure talk like you do. Oh, bigger projectiles for Icy. Is that really something worth getting for Icy? I'm not quite sure yet, but freezing definitely is. Maybe. It'll be good for when they stop going down in one hit. Ooh, like that guy did. And you, okay, you didn't get it. Whoa, hello. Big new boss here. And you're launching projectile attacks? Well, that's cheating. But you're also doing less than 1 damage to the wall, so I almost feel kind of bad. Sorry, buddy, you weren't really that cool. Erebus the Soulbreaker, all that aura just gone. And now we have enough gold to unlock the library. Although there are some other things. There's a magic well, the tavern to get more heroes. Should we go for the tavern or the library? Increase currency gain? Okay, that's gonna be worth it. So we get more paper and more gold. So that should mean we unlock buildings sooner. And here's the research. Which, really? We're 1 paper shy of getting the first research? Can I get paper from the little magic pond here? Nope, it's just diamonds. Or rubies, or chaos emeralds. Thankfully, the wave complete rewards give paper. Now we can do some research. Oh, that's so annoying. But we get more golden paper gained by 10%. Which also opens the door for a whole bunch of other researches, like increasing the starting hero count, which takes a lot of it. So I'm getting the feeling that when we reach wave 30 is when we get to prestige and get a little stronger. Which also means that the enemies might get even more ridiculous. Which, I'll be honest, won't be a bad thing because this is starting to look really easy. Okay, now we're at wave 25, so we're probably gonna see another boss and hopefully, oh, he's there right away. They even get to see your name, but you're frozen, so that means you're not immune to status effects, which is good. And you're also melee, so you have a whole lot more ground to cover. Oh, so now you're actually doing some damage to the wall. About time somebody did that. But let's upgrade Sparky again for more Split Master, more split amount and power. It's all good. So Icy's just launching a whole bunch of projectiles and there should be just 1 left. So now the boss gets all the attention. Gravemind the Evourer. I have no idea what Evouring even means, but we get more gold, so now we can actually unlock another building. And there's only really 2 that we haven't invested in yet, but let's get the taverns so we can manage more heroes, including summoning them, which I guess uses scrolls for currency. And we don't have those yet, but we can also give you some traits because you have RP. Start with Magic 101 level 1? Yes, please. And then Sparky can do the same thing. So the heroes are getting a little bit stronger by default. But now that they're done with the boss wave, the enemies are a lot more manageable. But now that we have 50 paper again, let's go back to the library and see if there's something else that we can research. Which it looks like there might be. Unlock a day and night cycle? Is that a good thing? Increase max wave by 20 and unlocking seasons. Is that gonna help me or is that just flavor text? Oh, it advances to weather, which can affect element boost. Okay, I like this. So right now it's spring day, which it looks like is advancing all on its own. I just love the idea of sitting in a library and then like pondering over things and it's like, wow, weather exists. It's like 2 guys sitting around and then one was like, hey, did you notice it's getting colder? And then the other guy's like, yeah, what's up with that? But now we have 300 gold again, very quickly actually. So now we can go ahead and invest in the last thing, which is a magic well. What do you give? You're a shop. At least the heroes have more max MP and regeneration, so they should be able to cast quicker too. Whoa, hey, we gotta thank you for playing the game. So, wow, a lot of gold as a reward? Yes, please. And a lot of those gems too. So we can actually upgrade the town hall again for more wall HP and hero XP. And that should mean that we can upgrade the rest of the buildings as well. So more paper and gold gain, more hero XP gain, more workshop goodies, and more, yeah, MP regeneration. So that's looking good. And it does seem like the ground has changed a little bit because now we're into summer. Okay, here we are at wave 30 and there's rabbits now. And where was that projectile going? Ricocheting back to the wall? So many killer rabbits now too. Ooh, and now it's going into autumn. So I bet if we got the, oh, hello. Somebody the soul render. You have a lot of HP, actually. Maybe we should help you out. Help out our heroes, although we're not really doing too much. So, I think we just kind of have to let them do it. Which is also freezing him, but this guy's actually doing significant damage. Oh, and now he has stealth for a little bit, so they can't attack him. Okay, so this is a little bit more difficult, but our heroes are well enough that we're ultimately gonna win this. And the stealth isn't helping for projectiles already launched. Oh, and Sparky leveled up. I didn't even realize. More explosion? I think so. So, realistically, we are gonna win this. We're just taking a lot more damage than we're used to. So the boss gets whittled down to nothing? And we can get a lot of paper for this. I think yes, and that was wave 30. So now we get to advanced difficulty, and Rampage gives a little bit more speed, but also better rewards. We can see what that's like. And we start with Sparky as always, which means I think we have to go back to helping him. So now we need to survive 40 waves instead of 30. Oh, and these guys are ranged. Never really got to see that because they were dying so fast last time. But more XP for you. And then we give you some more things like we did before, like Ricochet. And then you level up again, so why don't you get more heated? Also, is it just me? Oh, right, the enemies are faster because it's Rampage mode. But more gold gain should help us upgrade the town hall yet again for even more goodies. And thankfully, the wall gained all of its health back. But Sparky definitely needs more power. Or maybe not power right now, but oh my goodness, we are taking so much more damage. More XP, please level up again, thank you. See, Sparky would actually benefit from bigger projectiles, but also ricocheting more, which should work as long as Sparky's targeting enemies that are close together. There we go. Oh, they actually didn't go down all the way. We'll have to finish them off. And it would be great if we could get the other hero here pretty soon, which I think we have to do after wave 5. So we might see a wall HP upgrade getting used sooner than we realize. Whoa, the bunnies have horns now, which is negating some of the hits. Interesting. Is it because of their speed? I'm not sure, but this is a lot more enemies at once than I'm used to. Oh my goodness. Need to take out all the ranged bunnies because they're so annoying. And now it's winter, so Icy would be great here if we had the weather effect going, but we also kind of need Icy for that. Okay, I think now's the time we take the wall healing because that was rough. But now the bunnies aren't negating some hits. So I wonder what caused that. But there's a Slime King with a much bigger army than before. Oh goodness. And did that bunny just get bigger? What's this big guy doing here? I don't know, but first of all, we need to reduce the enemy count. more than anything. Especially these range guys are so annoying. So this ramped up kind of quick. And Sparky definitely needs more power. Definitely more power. The wall is taking a lot more damage now. And you get stealth? That's cheating. I can't even tell if my, oh great, you split. Oh, he split. He just split. Oh great, this might actually be kind of a close battle. Just please go down. Please go down. Please go down. Okay, one of them went down. Now, please get the other one. Okay, so it wasn't quite a close fight, but that is definitely way more damage than we're used to taking. Oh my goodness. Ooh, but we got some scrolls. Okay, new hero for sure. Please, Icy. But now we actually have some scrolls here, so let's go to the tavern. We can actually summon a hero. Summon 2 of them. Hey, we got Bruno and Wax. Interesting. But they're also purple. So you have water, and also, sure, starting magic. And then we don't talk about you. Oh, you repair? Oh, definitely need you. Now, hopefully we get the chance to draft another hero pretty soon. But do we still need to help the heroes? I think we do. This guy is literally licking the wall. That is disgusting. Oh, goodness. We definitely need that wall repair, like, right away. Thankfully, we can get it, and it's 20%, which is huge. Oh, now we have eyeballs. When did we suddenly get into Terraria here? We definitely need to get more XP for our heroes, just so Icy can get up to par here. Wax, why do you gotta just sit behind the wall there? Okay, more wall HP again. We're slowly getting back to full, but these guys are also extremely tough, and they deal a lot of damage very soon. Are these eyeballs ranged too? It seems like they are. Great. Okay, so now let's get fragile on these things so they can take more damage. And then more ricochet range. And now with another wall HP upgrade, we get about, what is that, a 5th remaining? Either way, since the enemies are faster, the projectiles need to be faster too. At least you have the thing that lets them home in on enemies. That is looking very useful right now. And now we have Soul Render here again. Oh, great. All of my progress trying to heal the wall, gone in a flash. And you're also moving. But let's clear out the enemies on the wall first so our heroes can focus on the boss. And now we can do that, which thankfully he's still kind of weak, so he can go down relatively fast as long as the guys actually hit him. At least the, wow. Did you see that fireball? It corrected course right away. Okay, we got him. New hero, please. So, I think we're gonna need Bruno for repairing. So you have to charge up your thing, which I don't appreciate. But then that heals for, how much was that? That seemed very minuscule. Wow, you did 4 points of healing. That is pathetic. We need you healed up, or leveled up right away. Apply emergency repair. I do like the sound of this. Level 3 emergency repair, sure. Level 4, sure. And then we should also level up everybody else. More ricochet range. Projectiles will be aimed towards the enemies. What were you doing before then? It was being like, hey, let's just throw ice out there. You know what? Sure. And then more split power. Okay, now the emergency repair, I think is his ability, so that's a little bit better, but we need to actually get these enemies out of here for that to be effective, because we're still taking way too much damage. Oh my goodness. At least the damage dealing heroes kind of catch up and you're doing a little bit more healing. But more XP for the heroes if that's what we have to take. And then, do we increase your skill power? Or reduce the MP cost? I think we might need that so you can cast it sooner. So let's take that. And wall maintenance? Yes, please. Freeze enemies for 2 seconds. That's a huge amount of time if they're this fast, but of course we go to crabs. At least we're out of the bunny range. Now, of course, the freezing actually has to freeze them for it to be effective, but at least these guys aren't getting close to the wall like they used to. But oh my goodness, when they do, we have only 53 HP on the wall here. Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. Can we just get slow enemies for a little bit? I think that Rampage might have been a bad idea. Actually, I just saw that we could upgrade the town hall. So let's do that. More wall HP. Oh, good. And 73 paper lets us get something. We can take the day and night cycle, which we might need to unlock this further to make it available. So sure. So that starts us with a little bit more HP on the wall. But man, oh man, 40 waves of this. We might have made a mistake. Also, why are you darker? Oh, you're bigger. So you're like an elite variant. Well, I would certainly like the heroes to deal with you, but they're kind of just doing their own thing. Did you just turn green? You just turned green. Icy leveled up though. More skill power. And please just get rid of the giant wall. I don't like it pupils dilating for it to attack. At least Bruno's kinda keeping up with things. But my goodness. What the? Did he just? I don't know what happened there. He just wasn't taking damage for a little bit. More XP for everybody. Let's get more critical chance, I think. Or more casting speed. Definitely more casting speed. And we have a Cyclops rolling up here. Hi there. And you have laser vision? And you throw rocks? Pick a lane. Okay, this is very bad for our wall, but at least all the smaller enemies are dealt with. Oh, now it's nighttime. But at least these big guy can get frozen, and you're curing a little bit? Okay, not sure what that's doing, but the wall maintenance is in effect. We should actually end this with more health than we started. I would certainly like that idea. Okay, now Bruno's doing 74 healing. I like it, but you're also getting a boost. Oh, now we have fast little imps here. Do not like it. The bunnies were bad enough. At least those go down in one hit. And that is a lot of bunnies stacked right there. But we are surviving. It's just looking a lot more complicated. At least the repairs are helping us survive a little bit longer than if we chose wax, but we also didn't get the chance to choose a hero after that last boss. And I think a third damage dealer would be very appreciated right now. He's also just kind of looking bored. Oh good, another repair. Not even sure if it's worth me. Oh my gosh. Never mind what I was saying. We got a new boss type here. And he does 5 damage to the wall? That is big when our wall only has 300 HP. Oh goodness. This is suddenly getting very out of hand. But as long as the small guys are out of the picture, then Bruno should be able to keep up with repairs, hopefully. How is this guy not taking damage? They just become invincible. Icy could definitely use more split power, but it doesn't exactly work against a boss like this, but at least the boss gets frozen, and there's not even a point for me doing this. We just have to hope that our heroes can keep up with it, especially Bruno, which he doesn't seem like he is, because that's a lot of damage that happens, and then skill gets cast, and then it's sort of repaired for like one of his abilities. And is he getting stronger over time? Okay, so it looks like Bruno repairs 13 damage at a time, but 2 of those shots immediately take it out. And he's also healing himself slightly too. This is not good. And sure enough, the boss is getting stronger over time because now those attacks are doing 10 damage. And now it's 14 damage. Oh, great. Bruno can't keep up with that. This is gonna be very close. Please take him out. Oh no, this is not looking good. Not looking good, not looking good. No! We got so close. But we definitely need some more things going on there. I guess we could summon one hero. It's another Sparky. So we have 2 of those and then we can rank him up. So now he's a little bit stronger and we can unlock traits for him. Starts with more projectiles. I definitely think some burn is what's needed here. And then maybe we don't need Rampage. So now that Sparky's a bit stronger, in terms of like rank, he should be a lot better initially. Can he one-shot them? Ooh, good he can. Now keep that up and get some ricochet right away. So I guess not all the enemies are one-shottable, and his target priorities still need work, but the sooner we can boost him, the better off he'll be. Okay, more power. And we can, wow, that is a minuscule amount of gold. I might as well increase my swipe power because that's what it needs to keep up with this. And more ricochet range. Okay, since the enemies are slower, they are a lot easier to deal with. I guess we need just stronger heroes before we're ready for Rampage. And is it too early to get more projectiles? Because the skill power is reduced. Let's ricochet to more enemies. So now he's able to one-shot a few enemies in a row. 1, okay, that didn't have range, but 1, 2, 3. Ooh, almost. Ooh, yes, this is what we need, explosions. Or perfect control, perfect control. And now I think we can get more projectiles. Even though they don't necessarily one-shot things anymore. At least sometimes they don't, other times they do. But I guess it depends on the initial ricochet. Can we get more ricochet power? No, but we can ricochet to more enemies. And then more XP to you. Wave 5, so we should be able to draft a new hero after this. I kind of want to see what Wax is capable of because we didn't get to use him last time. But the Slime King, of course, needs to go down first. So let's help Sparky get rid of all these base level enemies. Okay, so he splits, but they're all taking equal damage, so that's good news. And now both of them go down at the same time. That was a lot better. New hero, and there's Wax. So let's get you in here, epic level hero, and then get you ranked up a little bit. So now you inflict wet, and Sparky inflicts burn. So will these like synergize? Or will they cancel each other out? I've played different games that do different things, but I guess we can start you off with that. And then more explosions? More explosions. All right, Wax, do your thing. Are you going to? Oh, there it is. Whoa, okay. Splashes everywhere. but it's kind of random. Not sure how useful that is. But you're ready to cast again. It just takes a lot of MP for you to do that, it seems like. Okay, and then you have a little bit of wet on you right now, but that doesn't really matter. Only 118 damage? That is pathetic. You need more XP. Ooh, slowing enemies down will be useful. Ah, now these are two things that conflict with each other. Aim at the enemy closest to the wall first, or focus on the same enemy? I think aim at the enemies closest to the wall. Ooh, yes, that slowing down is being very helpful against the bunnies. So this seems like a combo that's working. And I guess out of all these, we can take more paper, even though we need like hundreds to get better researches. And there's the Evourer again. Get splashed a whole bunch. There we go. Oh, but you pick up the speed really fast. New hero. So do we really need Bruno right now? We're doing a lot better. Let's take Icy and then immediately get you more split power. So I guess we only have room on the wall for 3 heroes right now based on how they're spaced. But 3 damage dealers should be good enough because the enemies aren't even getting close now. And then you can inflict burn. There we go. That's a new thing that we gave you, which it might be damage over time. It looks like it is. Very good. And you get bigger projectiles. So we'll have to see if Wax is actually able to eliminate any enemies on his own. But it seems like he's able to get experience to level up at least. So decrease the MP cost even further. Although Icy quickly overtakes Wax in damage. I guess Wax is there for like a debuff at least. So can't be too upset about that. And then you can definitely get more skill power because your projectiles are splitting a whole bunch. Although there's now enough damage numbers that we can't even see the enemies anymore. Okay, 100 paper should be able to get us something good. There's the Magicpedia that we can unlock. Or weather affecting element boosts. I do like this idea. Okay, so now spring at nighttime does more wind, less light, and more dark. Okay, so those are elements that we don't have yet. We'll have to see what happens in the next season. But let's take heated here because now summer has better stats for fire. And then icy, more split power. So the splits are maxed out as far as like how strong they are. Which doesn't really help when there's so few enemies on the screen. But it'll definitely be good later. We're almost to the level that we were at when we went down last time. Okay, here's the guy that did us in last time, and he's already got 2 stacks of burning, so that's helpful. And the rest of the enemies are going down pretty fast. So it looks like the splashes don't really care for stealth, so that's a little bit of a bonus there. But also, look at the health of our wall. We're not taking nearly as much as before. Okay, so Autumn upgrades Earth ability. We don't have any of that either. Or I guess this isn't the guy that did us in last time, but it's the same wave. So we might stand a better chance this time, and hopefully we get another scroll from him to summon more heroes. And this guy's up to 12 stacks of burning at one time. Wow. All the DOTs. So he went down, yes, and we did get another scroll. Good. And let's get more gold while we're at it. So let's quickly summon more heroes because we might be able to upgrade one of our current ones. Or, okay, we can upgrade Wax. And we have Renzo. Very interesting. You're a dark element fellow. And you can summon a fox? Neat. But now we have 2 copies of Wax, so I guess you just need more experience to rank up. Well, might as well keep going. Well, I guess now this is Wax's time to shine, as there's yet another Cyclops who just stays very far away before attacking. So that's cool. And he also becomes invincible at the worst of times because Wax just popped off. But thankfully you can do it again. It looks like the DOTs also don't go through the invincibility, which is a little too bad. He's also passively healing, and I don't appreciate that. So it's a good thing we're doing so much damage. Now he just needs to go down. Very good. So now we can repair the wall. But surprisingly, he didn't drop a scroll to summon a hero. So it must be every 10 waves? And, whoa, Gronk the Warlord? What are you? You have armor? Oh, well, thankfully the armor goes away right away. But you just got right up to the wall. Good thing I healed it. Now just please kindly go away. But he's also powering up, so hopefully he doesn't do too much more damage to the wall. Just swinging a giant makeshift knife over there. But there he goes down, yes. And there he gave us the scroll, so it must be every 10 waves. And more XP for everybody as a little reward. Now let's just summon one more guy and see who we get. It's Renzo again. Wow. Too bad we can't bring in more heroes, but we might be able to once we beat wave 40. Okay, wave 39. Not much more chances for upgrades, but Sparky could definitely cast faster. Well, he's kind of fast already. more MP reduction, and same for you. So at this point, not really anybody's able to one-shot, but Sparky kind of makes up for it with all the ricochets that he can do. And now we're about to enter the last wave, so hopefully the enemies, or not the enemies, okay, you get more XP, and we didn't reach a new difficulty, a new game mode, tough. Oh, great. Max out your casting speed. Oh, look at these little guys. We got little dinosaurs roaming in here. We finally see somebody new, and it's at the very end, because of course it is. Also, is it just me, or are these robe dudes a little bigger than usual? Okay, it's you again. Bringing the big old wah energy. At least you're a sword type and not a daka. But there's still so many enemies on the field, so our units are gonna be a little distracted, it feels like. And, oh, wow, the wall's actually going down kind of fast. Yikes. Need to get rid of all these ranged enemies a lot faster. It also seems like clicking does more than swiping. So we can actually help here. Take care of everybody, leaving everybody to focus on the boss, who has taken little to no damage. Wow, I did not realize how much health he had. Wow. And clicking doesn't really do much either. Are you taking any damage at all? Or is your health bar just bugged? I sure hope it isn't bugged, because you're starting to get stronger too. Your armor went down so fast. What's your health bar doing? At least you could be frozen. Oh no, I just saw it go down and then it went back up. This guy has so much HP. You know what? We are very quickly busting out the auto clicker to do as much damage as we can before we go down. And that's still not gonna be fast enough, it looks like. Oh my goodness. This is genuinely as fast as I can make the auto clicker go. And it's still not enough. This next hit might do us in. Or the next one. Or can you just hurry it up? I know how this is gonna end. Oh, man. We did so much better there than the last time, but it still wasn't enough. Well, at least we were able to upgrade our heroes quite a bit, and we'll actually be able to upgrade too, right? No, he needs slightly more experience, but that's okay. We'll probably get him the next time. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Refence. Seems like there's a lot more heroes that we can unlock and upgrade, so if you guys want to see more of this game, then be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching, and sub to Intern. And I would like to thank the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donamoto, Deviant X, Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Herald, Peggy Sue, Drupalong, Lily Bites, The Miner Within, DeGarity, Sands, V, Killer Squad, Mousy Mouse Nicholas, Igor Shradi, McKenna Chan, and Liam.